child that I love, in you I am well pleased. You've got nothing to prove, in you I am.
My friend Rich was explaining to me about this book that he was writing called A Voice from Home, about the 3 times God spoke audibly to Jesus, his son. And
I started to dig deeper into those occasions. I realized how significant they were for Christ. And the Father obviously had important things to say because he seemed to break the rules. I mean, there was constant communion between the Father and the Son, but on these occasions, he spoke out loud, he spoke audibly. And these were important times in the ministry of Jesus.
You've got nothing to prove, in you I am. You've got nothing to prove, in you I am. I am well pleased.
I wanted people to understand it and for us to have kind of a general direction from the very beginning. Early on, I went and cut bass, guitar, and piano tracks with just me singing. And it was only a couple tunes. It was a song called I Am Well Pleased, was the first one I recorded, which was straight from the book about the time God said to Jesus, I'm pleased with you before you've done anything, you've got nothing to prove, and how God wants to say that to us. And what we did was we took that song and we took the book and we took the concept and we patterned the entire album from the motivation that God still speaks. There's a voice that we all long to hear, and these are his words.
As I started to learn the songs and as they started to come into my head, for me it really started to impact me, and I started to realize that, hey, this is what God wants to say to me.
Let me tell you a story, it's about you and me.
It is the complete opposite of a worship album. There's no response on it. We want people to get the impression that Jesus is speaking to them through music and common language. Before he wants to talk to you about the do's and don'ts and the things that you should or shouldn't do, God wants to tell you that he loves you, and he wants that to seep in.
Once you understand that what the concept is and that it's God's words to you, it's just unbelievable.
I want people to understand. I don't want them to just listen to it and say, oh, the music's good. I want them to hear the lyrics, and I want it to impact their life and really just think, hey, this is what God wants to say to me.
This message is not just for people who know Jesus. This message is for people who are interested in the fact that there's a God who speaks.
Every song in a different way, because it's God speaking to you, will hit you, and you're like, wow, I needed that today. I needed to hear you say that to me today.
My hand is the only hand you need.
Only hand you need. It says, why do you keep on holding on to everything but me? Keep looking for a sign when it's been right here all this time. It's kind of the spine of the concept. And then the rest of the album begins to weave in God bringing us back to him.
So I'm reaching across the Grand Canyon.
I wrote the chorus to Grand Canyon about someone who I'm really close to that doesn't know Jesus.
And I love the picture of the Grand Canyon, if you've ever been there. I mean, it's enormous. And just the thought of God pursuing me, coming after me and saying, I'm reaching out for you.
He reaches across that span and says, look, the brokenness in the world and the sin in it has created this huge canyon. I'm going to go get you. I just love how God would say, I can't let go from you.
One of the lyrics in the song is, I'm stuck in quicksand, still trying to run. And it's just the thought that no matter how much I question God and how much I don't trust him, he's relentless in pursuing me.
I just love it that, you know, we have a song on the record that God's saying, I gotta chase you. It's who I am. I couldn't do anything else. And the record has actually a start and a finish. The start is, let me tell you a story. It's about you and me. And the finish is God saying, listen, I want you. Come away with me. Now that you've heard all this stuff that I want to say, I want you to respond. Come with me.
You are mine, you